Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the October 30th Sunday service. You know, I can't believe that almost 10 months have gone by, that Halloween is tomorrow, and Thanksgiving and Christmas, New Year's holidays are almost upon us. Time just keeps marching on, waits for no one, and seems to be going by faster, especially as you get older. You know, my message this morning is primarily for the younger kids, the Dharma School students, but I am hoping that adults who were once kids and parents and grandparents will be able to relate to the message. You know, since becoming a minister's assistant in July of 2012, I've had the opportunity to observe the Dharma School students coming up to Oshoko during the Sunday services from this Onaijin stage. Looking at the faces of the students from pre-kindergarten to high school has brought back many memories of my time at this church over 50 years ago. I still remember as a young boy in the 1960s, sitting in the Hondo. Prior to the remodeling of the temple, I believe in 1999, there were no upstairs seating in the back, and I don't remember if the crying rooms existed at the time. There were so many Dharma students that we had 2 Sunday services each Sunday. Either the lower or upper grade students would be in the Hondo listening to the Reverend's Dharma message while the other group of kids attended Sunday school. At the end of the service, we had approximately 15 minutes to switch places. It was amazing to see how many people were here at the church every Sunday. And just to give you an idea, for those of you who have attended the New Year's Eve service, that was how many people attended service each Sunday. I also remember the church having adults patrol the back and side Hondo aisles to keep the kids quiet while the service was going on. For those who could not sit quietly, the student either got a tap on the shoulder or a shh from the patrol person. During our time, the younger students dreaded, and I mean dreaded, to be called upon to go up in a shoko. For those who were not called, everyone in the Hondo could hear a huge sigh of relief from those kids. For those who had to Oshoko, the audience could hear the collective sounds of, "Oh no." Despite our reactions 50 years ago, I want to reassure all of you who come up to Oshoko that you should feel honored when your class is called. The reason is that you are representing all the Dharma School students in saying thank you to Amida Buddha. I also wanted to give my thanks to all the Dharma students for your wonderful behavior and respect displayed in the Hondo during the Sunday services. Please continue the great work. I know that many of the Dharma students have questioned their parents as to why do we have to come to church on Sundays? You probably are thinking, I already go to regular school 5 days a week, have homework on top of that, and need 2 days to rest before school starts on Monday. And that is what I thought when I was your age. However, after I returned to church after a 14-year absence due to college, work, getting married, and raising a family, I have often thought about how this place has influenced me so positively in many ways. Remember, I talked about coming up to Oshoko to say thank you to Amida Buddha. You probably thought, thank you for what? Well, that what is the Dharma or teachings inspired by Amida Buddha, which have been given to us through the ministers and ministers' assistants' Dharma messages and the Dharma School teachers' lessons. So let's go back to the basic teachings, such as the Four Noble Truths, in which suffering will always be a part of life, because human nature is about greed and selfishness. It is our attitude of everything revolves around me, which is the cause for our suffering. As you Dharma School students grow up, you will encounter suffering in the form of frustrations, anxieties, regrets, discouragement, disappointments, and anger, because you did not and will not get everything you want. Toys, clothes, grades in school, cars, college you wanted to get into but could not, that career job, money, love, good health. The reasons are endless. I know for all my missed opportunities and past failures, I have said to myself many times, I could have done that. I would have done that. And sadly realized I should have done that. I really have no one to blame but myself. Blaming others and not being accountable to yourself will just add to your misery. Right now, I bet many of you Dharma School students do not realize how lucky you are. I mean, really, do not realize how lucky you are to have a family who loves and cares for you by providing food to eat, clean clothes to wear, comfortable bed to sleep in, a home to keep you safe and warm, vehicles to drive you wherever you have to go and wherever you want, being able to participate in fun activities of your own choosing, like organized sports and scouting programs, going on fun vacations all over the United States and possibly the world, and so on and so forth. The real reason your parents bring you to church is that they are hoping Amida Buddhist teachings will help you to, one, appreciate what you have now, and two, realize what your parents have to go through in order to provide everything for you. You know, I have a little secret for all of the Dharma School students. You know, all those frustrations, anxieties, regrets, discouragements, disappointments, and anger you have felt. Your parents have been there and done that. Meaning, they have experienced all that throughout their lives. And what you have to recognize is, despite their ongoing suffering, your parents will always do the best that they can so that you could have a better life than they did. And guess what? There are billions of people on this planet who are a lot less fortunate than you, who would trade lives with you in a heartbeat so that they could live the truly fantastic lives you now lead. So please do me a favor. There are a few things I want you to always remember as you experience life. The fourth noble truth talks about the noble eightfold path, a path which will help us to deal with our suffering. Remember, because of impermanence, we do not know how long we have to live to appreciate So appreciate every day. Because of interdependence, we are connected to all people and things, which represents the oneness of the human race, which continues to struggle. Being mindful will allow us to be aware of and focused on the people who and things which touch our lives. Using honesty, compassion, respect for life as guides will allow us to give our best effort with enthusiasm and positive attitude as we act, speak, and write. You know, a few minutes ago, and I'm sorry, the last and most important point is from the Noble Eightfold Path, is to find the balance of the middle path in your life, where you can accept success and failure as a natural part of life, so that you can move on with your life. Now, a few minutes ago, I had mentioned Dharma School teachers and the importance they play in your education of life. Please know that they were called upon to serve as Dharma School teachers in many ways at first, and they could not anticipate and possibly prepare for taking on this heavy responsibility. Because of their dedication, these teachers deserve everyone's, and I mean both students and parents, very best efforts and support when called upon. So please do not take them for granted, for they are here solely for you. Please join me in Gasho. Let us hope that our efforts have been good enough each day as we trust our instincts through Amida's teachings to live a life of Nembutsu, a life of gratitude, so that we can improve as human beings and live our one life well lived. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.